Okay, here we go. Find the sum of the following infinite geometric sequence. Okay, so they want the geometric series. So you could see here that R is 0.6 because you're multiplying that by each term to get the next term. It's just not simplified out for you. So if I want to find the sum, I have to use the formula. And the formula is S is equal to a sub 1 over 1 minus R. So I have a sub 1 and I have R, and now I'm just going to plug and chug. So it's 4 over 1 minus 0.6. 4 divided by 0.4 is 10. Remember, 0.4 is the same thing as 4/10. So I could technically do this by hand without even picking up a calculator. And since R, the absolute value of R is less than 1, I know that this converges, and that's exactly why I got a value. Okay, you can only do this when it converges. All right, next example. Same thing. Okay, they're asking you for a sum, and this is geometric. And the way I know that this is geometric, okay, so there's a couple things that can trick you. So you look here, and a geometric sequence, the formula for a sub n is a sub 1 times r to the n minus 1. So if you're looking at this, you're like, wait, there is no n minus 1 here. What gives? Well, I'm starting at n equals 0. So normally, if I had started at, say, n equals 1, then it would say n minus 1, okay? But since it doesn't, that's why it's n equals 0. So my lower bound is I start at 0, and my upper bound is I go on forever until n is infinity, which will never happen. So now I know that my common ratio is 1/3, and a sub 1 is 2. So I go straight to my formula that I can use. By definition, since the common ratio is 1/3 and that's the absolute value is less than 1, this is going to converge also. So I can use that handy dandy formula. A sub 1 goes on the top, 1 minus my common ratio, that's 2/3. Keep, change, flip. If I do 2 times 3/2, 2's cancel. I get 3. All right, last two examples. So I want to find the sum of the first 10 terms of this geometric series. So since you're told to find the sum of the first 10 terms, and they're not telling you to find the sum of the entire series, then that means that we are not going to use S is equal to a sub 1 over 1 minus R. We will not use that one because that's when I'm adding up all the terms, okay? So I'm only adding up the first 10 terms. So I'll just do the math so you can see the answer right here. So they tell you it's geometric, so I have to find my common ratio. So I could take these two terms, 1 divided by 2. Bam, there, R is 1/2. Okay, and my formula is a sub 1 times 1 minus R to the n over 1 minus R. Okay, and I have my a sub 1 is 2. So now all I got to do is plug in. So I have 2 times 1 minus 1/2 raised to the 10th power. Oops. Okay. All over 1 minus 1/2. Okay. So what I end up with, well, I like to do it this way. I have 2 times 2 times 1/2 to the 10th power. So I'm using the variation where I distributed the a sub 1. Doesn't matter. All right, but the reason I like doing that is because I can cancel 2 from here to cancel 2 from here. So I have 2 minus 1/2 raised to the 9th now, all over 1/2. And then that gives me 2 minus 1, and 2 to the 9th is 512. This is 1/2. So now if I were to do this, this would be 1024 over 512 minus 1 over 512. And then I end up with the 1023. So I'll go over here. I have 1,023 and over 512. And then I have to keep change flip this 1/2. And that's where these two cancel and that becomes 256. And that's why I have this answer right here that's boxed. Okay, last one. Find the sum of the 5 terms of the geometric series. So when they say the geometric series, they're saying that this guy is infinite, but I only want the sum of the first 5 terms. So again, I have to use this formula. Okay, so I'll just flash up the answer here. So S sub 5 is 242, but let's go through the work, okay? So A sub 1 is 2. We know that A sub 5 is 162. I need to find my common ratio. I know that A sub n is equal to A sub 1 times R to the n minus 1. So A sub 5 is 162. That's equal to 2 times R to the 4th because n is 5, because it's A sub 5. All right, I divide the 2 over, I have 81 is equal to R to the 4th. Well, R is going to be the 4th root of 81, which means that my common ratio is 3. And now that I know my common ratio is 3, I can go straight to my sum formula. And I have, not S sub n, S sub 5 is equal to 2 minus 2 times 3 to the 5th power all over 1 minus 3. And if you crunch that out, you end up with the 242. And that's it.